This is the exercise science 147 final part 1. First exercise we're going to be doing is total body category. It is a lateral lunge with lateral raise. Primary muscles are the glutes, quads, and deltoids. Primary joint actions, shoulder abduction and hip adduction. If you want to progress this, you could do a roller lateral lunge with lateral raise. And if you want to regress this, you could do monster walks with lateral raise. So let me go ahead and just see what you got for the first one. Go out to the side, go back, raise. Okay. So for this next one, go ahead and step out. Now drop your glutes a little lower for me. Yeah, so that your knee's about 90 degrees. Make sure that both your feet are flat on the ground. Looks good. Head and chest are up. Come back up. Now go about level, yeah, right there. Instead of high, you went a little too high the first time. Now go ahead and do it again with those points. Feet flat on the ground, come up, head and chest up. Good, go ahead and do it one more time. There you go. Next category is lower body. Exercises glute bridge. Primary muscles are the gluteus maximus, rectus spinae, and hamstring. Primary joint actions, hip and knee extension. If you want to progress this, you could do one leg up while doing it. And if you want to regress it, you could do a glute bridge on the Bosu ball. Yep, make sure your hands are out. Engage your core. Engage. Your back is flat on the ground. Head's flat on the ground. Legs are at a good spot. Now make sure that you explode with your hips in a controlled manner. Yep, but this time don't go as high. It looks like you're just hyperextending a little bit. We don't want to hyperextend. Good. Your back's still on the ground as he's doing it. Keep going. Back and head and hands are still on the ground. Feet are flat on the ground. Good. That's good. Next exercise category is the core. Exercise is the bird dog. Primary muscles for this are rectus spinae, serratus anterior, and gluteus maximus. Primary joint actions, hip extension and flexion, and shoulder flexion and extension. If you want to progress this, you could do it on a bench with perturbations, or you could just close your eyes. If you want to regress this, you could do opposite arm and leg and tap instead of come back to the knees and elbows. So right now your back's just a little curved at the top, so I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, make sure it's straight as possible. Looks good there. Bring your arms back just a little bit so they're directly under your shoulders. Good, knees are right under the hips. Good, so now I'm gonna have your right arm and your left leg, you're gonna come out, and then your right elbow is gonna touch your left knee, and then you're gonna extend again, and then come back to starting position. See what it looks like. Good. I'm gonna look again. Go ahead and widen out your knees for me a little bit. They need to be about hip apart. Yeah, that's good. That looks a little bit better. Go ahead and do it a couple more times for me. Good. One more time. Everything looks good. Okay, good. Next exercise category is multi-joint upper body. This is the dumbbell shoulder press. Primary muscles are anterior deltoids, medial deltoids, serratus anterior, triceps brachii, and trapezius. Primary joint actions are shoulder abduction, scapular protraction, elbow extension. If you want to progress this, you could have one arm extended the whole time while doing reps with the other arm. If you want to regress this, you could do a seated shoulder press, so it keeps the back neutral for you. We're going to start in a soft stance, so bend your legs just a little bit. Feet about shoulder width apart. Okay, now go ahead and bring the dumbbells up to your head. Yep, like that. I'm going to move your elbows to about 90 degrees, and I'm going to bring them up just a little bit. It looks like a good starting position. Now you're just going to raise them up over your head and then come back down. Good. Your right arm, okay, come back down. Your right arm looks a little odd. Just kind of bring it in other way. There you go. That looks a lot better. Go up again. A couple more times. Good. Last exercise on part 1 is single joint upper body. This is a dumbbell bicep curl. Primary muscles are the biceps brachii, brachialis, and brachioradialis. Primary joint actions are elbow flexion. If you want to progress this, you could use a resistance band instead. If you wanted to regress this, you could turn pinkies, or not even regress it, but another variation would be to turn the pinkies upward to activate the second head of the bicep more. So, feet shoulder width apart, kind of a soft stance so that your knees aren't just, yep. And we're going to have an underhand grip, yep. Make sure that you're keeping your elbows tucked in close to your body, so let me see you go up. Good, now come back down. Make sure that you bring your weights all the way to your shoulders. We're going to max extension on these. Good job. Elbows are close to the body. Good. Feet shoulder width apart. Good.